Morning folks, it's about 8 in the morning and I'm not really too sure what I'm going to do today. I've came over to the window because I saw something really weird earlier and I heard sirens when I was just starting the intro over there, so I thought I'd come over and bring the camera in case it happened again. What basically happened was there was an ambulance kind of going along with the sirens on, trying to get to an emergency, I'm guessing. And it got to the front of the traffic, like there was a big queue. And then to avoid the queue, it swerved and went into the traffic coming the opposite way. So it was basically driving the wrong way down this really busy road. And there wasn't really anything on the other side of the road. But like one car had to kind of swerve into another lane to avoid it. And that was just absolutely crazy. I've never seen a car purposely drive the wrong way down the road. I don't really know what I'm going to do today. I am going to take the bus. That's all I've decided. I'm going to take the bus and go somewhere. It's either going to be one of the parks and I'll go for a nice walk, or it's going to be Discovery Green and I'll go and see all the Super Bowl stuff that's happening. I'm not really too sure which one. The Super Bowl, I think I need to get my bag checked and they're a bit more funny about what I bring in and stuff. So that's maybe not where I'm going to go. But around that area there's all sorts of other cool things to see, and that's kind of the iconic part of Houston, I think. That's where like all the buildings kind of stacked together. Like whenever you see a picture of Houston, it seems to be that area, if I'm understanding it correctly. So I should probably kind of head down there and see the main part of Houston. Out of the window as well, I can also see at the Marriott Hotel, there's like a strong police presence there. And I think that's possibly where we drove past it last night. And there seemed to be something going on with the New England Patriots there, like maybe a welcome party or something. So I don't know if they're staying at that hotel, and that's maybe why there's security around there. I don't really know, but I might go down and check that out. I'm going to have to leave the hotel at some point anyway, so that might be what I do. And that's about it for now. That's your traffic update. You know what I forgot to say before? Happy Groundhog Day! This is legit my favourite day of the year. I absolutely love it. It's better than my birthday. I can't believe I'm in America on Groundhog Day. This is insane. Like, people over here at least know what Groundhog Day is. In the UK, if I say Happy Groundhog Day, people are like, what's Groundhog Day? So, never mind, but I think I'd like to go somewhere where people are kind of celebrating. Not necessarily Groundhog Day, but if I could find like a Super Bowl party or something, then I can just be celebrating Groundhog Day there. Okay, so I'm just waiting for the bus now. I'm not really too sure how long it is, but apparently it's going to be about 45 minutes until I get to downtown. That's where I've decided I'm going to go. Kind of Discovery Green, maybe see what's going on. See what looks good, basically. Welcome to downtown Houston. The bus took longer than a taxi would have done, but I can tell you what, a taxi wouldn't have cost me $1.25. And I also got to see all the things that I wouldn't see in a taxi because people would be trying to get me to where I want to go as quickly as possible. Okay, so I'm on Main Street now, and there seems to be a lot of shopping areas around here. I'm maybe going to try and find somewhere to have lunch, and then later I'll maybe go and see Discovery Green. There's a lot of Super Bowl things going on down there today, so I'm not sure I'm going to get in, but I've seen it mentioned that it's a bit like Houston Central Park, so I think that's something that I need to go and see. Okay, so I think I'm down at Discovery Green now, and everything's cornered off and there's tons of people around. It's just chaos down here. Like, I suppose people know what they're doing, but for somebody who's just kind of looking around, I don't think this is really the area that I want to be in. So I'm gonna keep wandering, I think. I think that's the way to go. That's really cool. Okay, so I'm still wandering around, still trying to find somewhere to eat. I've been told that there's a really cool place at Prairie Street, so I'm trying to find that right now. So I found a little taco place, and I've got a breakfast taco on the way. I don't think I've ever actually tried tacos, so this should be interesting. And yeah, I'll let you see it when it comes. This is my lemonade. It's red because it's raspberry. And I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that this is going to be a good thing. It was only cheap here. I'm not sure it's going to fill me up, but I think when I get back to the Galleria I'll maybe have something there, because they seem to have more sit-down type restaurants than they do in this part of town. And here it is. That's like egg and potatoes, some cheese. Can't remember what else is in it, but we'll give that a go. And I'm not really too sure what this sauce is, but I'll maybe give that a try if I'm feeling brave. Well, I just took a shuttle round the kind of downtown area to see if there was anything in particular that I wanted to see. I didn't really see anything. There's probably really cool things to do in Houston, but I wasn't really finding anything that was particularly inspiring me. So now I'm on the bus back to the Galleria. This is like a special Superbowl one they have on, and yeah, it's only $2, which is much better value than taking a taxi or something. So I'm the only one on the bus at the moment, but there might be more people soon. I'm thinking of transferring over to this little seat too. Firstly, because I'm by myself, and secondly, so that nobody sits next to me. And also there's like a novelty value to it, I suppose. So yeah, next time you see me, we might be back up at the Galleria. This is in the middle of the Galleria. Isn't that nuts? Just like a water fountain. The other day when I was in here, it stopped just as I pulled my camera out. But today I've managed to get it. Anyway, speaking of water, we're probably going to see a bit more later, because I'm going to try and find the water wall. We just drove past it on the bus, so it shouldn't be that hard to find it again. But I'm detouring through Macy's because they're having special appearances in the next few days, and I want to find out more. Okay, so I just checked out Macy's because they are having celebrity appearances this week. The one that I was most intrigued by was Alyssa Milano, because I love Charmed, honestly I do. But when I looked at the details, you have to make a purchase, which is fair enough, and kind of line up and be one of the first 100 to make a purchase. And I'm not really interested in doing all that, just to maybe meet her. And tomorrow evening is when my friend's coming as well, so I don't want to kind of distract too much from that. I'd rather concentrate on seeing him instead of going, hey, nice to see you, let's go meet Alyssa Milano. Anyways, I'm just heading over to the other side of the Galleria now, and then we're heading outside to go and see the water wall. I knew this was nearby, but I had no idea how nearby. If you come out Nordstrom's and just walk along the streets, you find it so easily. Because it's always looked to me like it was in the middle of like a nature sanctuary or something. It's weird to think of this next to such a commercial area. Whoever dreamt this up is just absolutely amazing. Yeah, even right back here I'm getting the mist. Oh, I didn't know this was here. That's up for the Superbowl. So cool. Really cool. And then if we go down here, there's a massive, massive building there too. I think that's the Williams Tower, I think they called it. I don't really know. It's so pretty. I think I'm going to go back to the Galleria. I'm not sure if I'm going to have something to eat just now, but I'll maybe see if there's anything worth having. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm just walking to the Galleria behind me, and over the road is the hotel, I think, where the New England Patriots are staying. You can decide for yourself. There's people everywhere. Totally insane. I mean, being from Scotland, I'm just not used to this. I don't know who they are. I'm staying in the same hotel as the friends and family, but I wouldn't know them from anybody else. And it's totally mad to me. There's a news crew behind me there as well. But look at all the people. There's like tons of people who are just standing outside the hotel trying to see if they can see anybody. It's totally nuts, isn't it? I had no idea. Well, I knew the Super Bowl was a big thing, but it's just not something that's on in the UK, so we just never really pay attention to it. They've tried to make it a thing the last couple of years, but fetch just isn't happening. There's another news crew. I've just passed another one as well. That's like 3 altogether who are just kind of standing on the opposite side of the road, and that's just totally insane to me. And I'm back in the room. Okay, Super Bowl fever has officially hit my hotel. I thought it was bad this morning, but it's definitely around now. Like this morning they had a stand downstairs where you could buy merchandise, and there was various people out ready to welcome anybody who came in. But now there's people just standing there ready to open the door, which is what they were doing anyway. But now it's like they won't go away and do something else. They would stand at that door and just check that everybody's there. There were cookies everywhere, like everywhere. I'm going to have to go down and get some later. And when I went to get the elevator, one of the hotel staff came in with me and pushed the button for me, which I felt was a bit extreme. So I really feel like they're trying to turn it into like a 5-star hotel now, which is really getting my money's worth. I wasn't able to really say anything when I went to get my food because there was copyrighted music in the background. And as a YouTuber, that's a big no-no. So I did take some video though, so you'll kind of see that while I'm telling you what it is. So what I had was a stromboli, which I've never ever had before. It's like a pizza crossed with a sausage roll is probably the best way for me to describe it. I brought back some leftovers because it felt like a bit too much for me. Like they also had a combo meal where you could like get something from the buffet. So I got some meatballs as well. So between the two, they've really filled me up, and all that was for like $10. So I'm totally filled. But I'm Little Miss Sweet Tooth, so I have a brownie. Let me just show you this. Okay, so this is a cookies and cream brownie. Delicious. Again, I'm not too sure if I'm going to eat the whole thing now, but that'll keep me going for a little bit. I think I have a spare spoon still in my wardrobe. I know it's like a really weird place to keep spoons. Aha, there we go. That was from my cheesecake. So I'm going to get started on that, and I'll check in with you later, I'm sure. Okay, I am so happy right now. As I mentioned this morning, it is Groundhog Day today, which is my most favourite day, and that's because Groundhog Day, the movie, is my most favourite movie. And I will watch it all the time. I really don't care. There's been days where I've just watched it on a loop. I just love that film, honestly. So, with it being Groundhog Day, if I had been at home, I would have been watching Groundhog Day today. So, I went online to try and find out if it was going to be on TV. And it looked like I wasn't going to be able to get the channel that it was on. But I've managed it. I've managed to get it on the TV. I am watching Groundhog Day. I actually did a little victory dance when I managed to get it on because I was so sure it wasn't going to work. So that's the rest of my evening planned. So I'm just watching Groundhog Day in a loop right now. It's brilliant. Groundhog Day marathons are definitely the way forward. The UK did it last year, and this is happening this year in the US. I don't know if they've done it in the past or if any other country has done it, but they're just so cool, honestly. Anyways, as I was watching the end of the last Groundhog Day, I decided to tweet Stephen Tobolowsky, who played Ned Ryerson in the film, who has always been my favourite character. Years ago, I set up like a kind of fan club page on Bebo for Ned Ryerson, and sadly Bebo is no more, but my love for Ned Ryerson continues. Anyways, so I just thought I'd tweet him and say Happy Groundhog Day, you know, from your number one fan. And he liked it. I can't believe that actually happened. It was just crazy. And even funnier was, like, I was checking my emails as Ned Ryerson was on the screen. So as I was reading it, he was kind of there, like, it's Ned, Needle-Nosed Ned, Ned the Head. So I was like, oh man, best Groundhog Day, honestly. Well, after a busy day of walking around and seeing everything there is to see of Houston, I cannot think of any better way to finish the day with a snuggly blanket and my favourite ever movie. So it's still early yet, but since this is a Groundhog Day marathon, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be watching Groundhog Day until I go to bed tonight. So I'm not going to make you watch it with me. If you want to watch Groundhog Day, go find it somewhere and tell me what you think, if that's something you want to do. I'm always up for a Groundhog Day conversation, seriously, and they can get quite deep depending on who I'm talking with. Anyways, thank you very, very much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Anyways, I don't really know what I'm going to do today yet. I think... Oh. Apparently I'm just filming all the traffic now.